At first, I thought I had set up a camera just to catch a pest in my garden, but the small groundhog I met, thanks to that camera, completely changed my perspective. I learned to see nature, my garden, and even the place I live in differently because of him. It all started with that little visitor who first appeared on my camera. Later, I named him Chunk. At first, I couldn't even understand what I was looking at. What I saw in the footage was a small but very confident animal casually eating my vegetables as if the place belonged to him. Sometimes, the way he looked into the camera felt like he was saying, "Yeah, I'm eating your vegetables. What are you gonna do about it?" The way he enjoyed eating them was honestly incredible. I actually see a lot of animals in this garden. Foxes, skunks, squirrels, deer. Sometimes even coyotes pass through. But when a new animal shows up, you notice it right away. Chunk was exactly like that. At first, I was annoyed. I had worked really hard on that garden. I said, okay, I'm going to stop this. I built fences, set up barriers, and did everything I could to protect it. I even jokingly called it the Chunk security system, but none of it worked. Chunk always found a way. Every time I came up with something, he had already figured it out. Every time I checked the camera, I saw a new escape route, a new entry plan. But the interesting part was, he wasn't sneaking around. On the contrary, he moved in a very relaxed, confident, and almost funny way. After a while, I stopped getting angry. I started laughing when I watched him. Without even realizing it, I began to look forward to seeing him, because he was truly fascinating. The way he moved, the way he appeared, the way he lived. It felt like this was his world, and I was just using a small part of it. Then one day, he didn't come alone anymore. He brought a female groundhog with him, and that's when everything changed. There was no longer just one animal. Now there were two. Not long after that, babies appeared. Tiny little ones lined up one after another, following their mother. The moment I first saw them, I thought, this isn't just a visitor anymore. This is a family. From that point on, I decided to stop fighting it. Instead of trying to keep them out, I chose to live alongside them. I set aside a part of my garden just for them. I planted food they could eat, added water, and created safe areas where they could dig. One year, I even brought a big pumpkin for the babies. Over time, people started calling this place Chunkland. Every year, the same cycle repeated. New babies, new dens. I started doing research and learned how intelligent groundhogs actually are. Their dens aren't just simple holes. They are complex systems with sleeping areas, special sections for their babies, and escape tunnels. I was honestly surprised when I learned all this. So they weren't just surviving, they were building their own world. I watched how the mother pushed her babies away after raising them. It was a tough but necessary process. It felt like she was telling them, it's time to live on your own now. The babies would play with each other, chase one another, sometimes even argue, but no one ever got seriously hurt. This was their way of preparing for life. Watching them was incredibly enjoyable. Over time, other groundhogs started showing up too. It seemed like they had learned there was food here. But interestingly, instead of competition, a balance formed. Everyone got their share and there were no serious fights. I also changed the way I protected my garden. Instead of blocking off the entire area, I started protecting just the plants themselves. That way, they could still eat, and my crops weren't completely destroyed. It almost felt like magic. At the same time, I was growing my own vegetables and supporting wildlife. This was no longer a battle. It was cooperation. Over time, my perspective completely changed. I stopped seeing this place as my land and started realizing it was a shared space. These animals didn't come later. I had built a garden in their home. They were no longer pests to me, they were neighbors. People started watching the videos. The story grew. Someone even sent me a sign that said Chunkland. I embraced the idea and made the place more organized and more welcoming. But there is a bigger meaning behind all of this. Where I live, there are no dedicated shelters for wildlife. When something happens to an animal, there's nowhere for it to go. The system simply isn't built to protect them. So I had an idea. What if this isn't just a garden? What if this becomes a place for learning, protection, and coexistence? Because pushing nature away isn't the solution. We need to learn how to live in harmony with it. I didn't plan any of this. I didn't set out to become the groundhog guy. I just stopped trying to control everything and started paying attention. Now I share this space with dozens of animals. I watch them, I protect them, and I give them space. And somehow, everything works. This place isn't just mine, it's theirs too. I just built a garden on it. And thanks to Chunk, I actually learned how to live better. If you enjoyed the story, you can support us by liking the video.